routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here's the All-Pro returner from 2018, Andre Roberts. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Chargers set to go on offense for the first time, and they are led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2020. Now in his second season out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
About the only thing that didn't go right for Justin Herbert in his rookie season, the team's overall record. The Offensive Rookie of the Year in the NFL was the fourth rookie with over 4,000 yards passing, just 38 yards short of the rookie record set by Andrew Luck in 2012. In addition, he set the single-season record for passing touchdowns by a rookie with 31, breaking the mark of Cleveland's Baker Mayfield. This young man's potential, limitless. That's why so many people wanted to be the next head coach of the Los Angeles Chargers and help open up the stadium big in 2021.
Herbert on first down now. Rolling to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And all the way for the Charger touchdown. For Justin Herbert, we saw the big arm in his days in Oregon, of course. Saw it even more in his rookie season with the Chargers. And if anything, it appears to just continue to get stronger.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air. Extra point good by Hopkins, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it ends with the Chargers getting. Kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From way up at the 23. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raiders getting ready to go to work for the first time, and they're led by their quarterback in his 8th season. Carr.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 12 carries, 61 yards.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up for the big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench to tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Jacobs, and he brings this up to the 46, good enough for the first.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'll guarantee you, it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the victory. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They push him back 8 yards in time on 2nd down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them. and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
So now Carr and the Raiders dealt a 3rd and long after that sack. Looking to throw. Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He'll buy some time right. For Keenan Allen, that's complete.
And a big part of Justin Herbert's success as a rookie was having a guy like Keenan Allen to throw to. Allen's averaged over 100 catches a year the last 4 years. No matter who's throwing it, they can count on him.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 53 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Herbert's throw there complete to Allen. A gain of 6 there on first.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're talking about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. So that one on target, and it adds to this first-half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And there's a typical run by Josh Jacobs, one where as a defender, you have to make a decision about how you approach him, because he's awfully physical with the ball in his hands. 12 touchdowns on the ground last year after 7 as a rookie, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher in each of his first 2 seasons. Wouldn't surprise me, with enough touches, he can easily crack the 1,500-yard mark.
Carr now on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Carr. This goes out wide for Drake. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Carr going to leave this for Drake on the draw. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaims center stage. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. But now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw, it's Carr. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here now Roberts. 51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Austin Eckler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man, and they pick up a first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He'll fire this one deep for Eckler, and that is incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
Eluding the pressure right. And a dangerous throw there. Nearly intercepted on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Titans who were able to walk away with the road victory. Ryan Tannehill, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Jimmy Garoppolo, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Trevor Lawrence, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. On now to a check on the next-gen stats for the Raiders in that first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it. In this, looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Carr to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now a draw play with Drake. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays. As well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a throw here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Austin Eckler got hurt last year, missed 6 games, but still finished with 54 catches, the 5th most by a running back in the NFL. But remember this, 2019, 92 catches. This guy's a definite threat out of the backfield. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams are the 2 in the 3rd quarter. They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A big game that time for the Chargers.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Max Crosby drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. So they're able to build on things here with a field goal, but the question is how much longer can they really rely on their defense to pitch a shutout?
That's a great question because the guys on the other sideline are saying, give us the ball. We want another shot at this. So, yes, tight game. He'll take the 3. But this game, it's far from over.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a big... He's on base. They bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm. A lot of times the punter goes this out and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The Carr's throw complete here to Waller. And he's got room. There he goes right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. And that is where Darren Waller really excels. He led all NFL tight ends in yards after the catch in 2020. Another nice effort here.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And that'll make it 13-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 70 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down on. Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, Herbert. It's complete to Brown, right side.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down. It's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
And Herbert able to get this one to Eckler out of the backfield.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20. Two-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. Open space inside the 10. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. This has been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Now the Charger offense will stay on the field as they'll line up to go for the 2-point try. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in a 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And this shot downfield on 2nd down is brought in. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there for the Raiders.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Carr going to give it to Jacobs.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Looking for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete.
Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. They'll run. It's Drake. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 2 touchdowns. 1:51 on the clock. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Throwing his Carr. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Carr. Pass complete to Edwards. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr to throw. Pass complete. It's Adams. A gain of 6 there on 1st. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And now the focus is really clear. They need to get that 1st down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
Here's Carr. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. Big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Now Carr, gotta have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Eckler, they run left side. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On the give, this is Eckler. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Here's 2nd and 10. One final try now for Carr. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Chargers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0.